Did you know that 8 million people die each year due to mental health? 14.2 million people are hospitalized each year due to mental health. And a very large number of 43.8 million people experience issues with mental health in any given year. We have a problem. Our world has a problem. Our world needs it. For today, we will examine mental health by first taking a look at the problem. What is the problem of mental health? What's going on? And then we will be discussing two solutions to this problem of mental health. First off, Carly Long, who is team member number 2, will discuss the solution of Next Step Community Solutions. And Michael Gallegos, which is team member number 3, will present to us Mental Health America. Mental health. According to the CDC and on their website, mental health is critical, in its most critical state right now here in the United States. Mental health continues to be on the rise no matter what we do. It continues to increase. More and more people are being affected by mental health each and every single day. Mental health, what is it? What does it mean? Mental health affects our entire way of life, our entire being. Mental health affects our emotional, psychological, and social well-being, which in turn affects how we think, how we feel, and how we act. Let's look at the history of mental health. Let's look at the facts. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, 1 in 5 adults suffer from mental health. As you can see here pictured by the diagram, this one red person out of 5 would be the one that suffers from mental health. The CDC also goes on to say that 1 out of 25 severely suffers of mental health. According to the University of Maryville, these 3 items here I will discuss now of what they are doing to improve the quality of life of those needing the help. With DNA, we can do DNA testing more thoroughly to understand and detect and associate mental health disorders to certain abnormalities in the brain. So when physicians, when doctors, when psychiatrists look at DNA samples, they're looking for certain genes, certain genetics that they can correlate to these mental health disorders. And that is greatly improving every single day, thanks to technology. Psychiatry continues to become more and more personalized for each person. More and more personalized. So we focus on the individual. We focus on what they are experiencing, and we meet them where they are. We don't expect one technique to work on every single person. Every person is their own being with their own personalities and their own ways of life, their own upbringing and their own cultures. Everyone has their own way of life. Something might not work on another person, so that way psychiatry is being more and more shaped to the individual person. And finally, education. Educating the general public on mental health disorders will greatly and positively impact the world and the culture, the community in which we live in, so that people suffering with mental health disorders or any type of mental health problem, they can feel supported, they can feel united, they can feel like they still belong, even though they feel like they're carrying the weight of the weight of the world on their shoulders. At this time, I will now introduce to you team member number 2, Carly Long, as she begins with our first solution, and she will present to us her charity of choice. In conclusion, supporting each other is the most wonderful, most effective, and the best thing that we can do for someone who is struggling with mental health disorders. The support, the love, the unification is what the person needs to feel from the community. Secondly, it is okay to not be okay. We must understand that everyone goes through life differently. Everyone needs someone differently. Everyone needs different help. Not everyone is the same. And sometimes people just take a little longer to process, to grieve, to grow, to recover from certain circumstances in their life. We're able to identify these things, we are able to speak up. Don't be silent. Don't suffer alone. There are many resources out there for you to help. Everyone, this is a responsibility for everyone. We must unite ourselves. We must educate the public. We must personalize psychiatry. We must do everything in our power to make sure that they feel supported and loved. And together, this is a mission for all of us. Together, we can make sure that we support one another, and help each other get through the toughest times of our lives.